This is the Anglican Church, and we are a church that has an important role in the society, in education, in the social life of our entire nation.
Before the creation of the Diocese of Jamaica, the church in Jamaica operated under the nominal authority of the Bishop of London. Change had to come. The solution was to establish two dioceses in the Caribbean and appoint bishops with no previous ties in the region. They were to be provided with the necessary funds and authority to discharge their tasks. The Right Reverend Christopher Lipscomb was the first bishop of Jamaica, which included the Bahamas and Belize. He put the church on a firm footing. The process continued under the direction of several outstanding Anglican leaders. These included Archbishop Enos Nuttall and the first native diocesan bishop, the Right Reverend Percival W. Gibson. One of the change agents has been the Right Reverend Alfred Reid. Born in Manchester, the little boy from Mile Gully knew from very early that his heart would be given to the church.
Well, I've been an Anglican from birth. I mean, I was baptized at St. George's Church, Mile Gully, as an infant, and I grew up in the church. This year, 8th of October is the exact date of my ordination to the priesthood, 50 years. I came to the conclusion very early in life that I wanted to be a priest. It was still a very English church, and I don't think we have lived that down still. But it's a different church today, and I like to feel that I have contributed to that difference. And that I have laid a foundation which will take it into the future.
Bishop Reid would revolutionize the way the Anglican faith was practiced in Jamaica. The Church of St. Jude's in Stony Hill was where he spent 7 years.
Churches of the Reformation tradition became auditoriums. And so I wanted to go back to the idea of the church as fellowship, not just focusing on one person at one end, but people relating to one another so that they would face each other. The altar is where sacrifice is offered. Now, in the New Testament, the Old Testament sacrifice is superseded by the sacrifice of Christ on Calvary. Therefore, I decided to symbolize that by having the unhewn stone as the foundation and the rough wood of the cross as the Christian altar to supersede it.
This quiet giant of the church would make waves.
The lyrics that are in the prayer book, right. put it to reggae music. Came here and rehearsed the young people. I didn't ask the senior choir to sing it. We saw young people standing up outside there dancing.
Rising to the pinnacle of its leadership, he was the 13th Bishop of Jamaica. He would face seemingly insurmountable challenges, but he was determined to rise above them all. Challenges like those he faced when he single-handedly took on the re-establishment of St. Peter's College.
My conviction has grown that it is not enough to send somebody to college for 4 years, give them a degree, send them out to vegetate in a cure for the rest of their life. In every progressive organization, and now we're looking to the future, people must be able to access continuous retraining, refreshing, and so on. So I thought, let us revive St. Peter's College, where we will still train people for the basic training, but as a place of continuing education for both clergy and laity, and a place of mission studies and a place for research, particularly in my pet areas of Caribbean religion and third world religion.
The fire may be physically extinguished at St. Peter's College, but the deep love for his Lord and Church still burns bright in Bishop Alfred Reid. He will retire the front line of the church he has loved and served with distinction.
I do not retire in despair because I feel that a platform has been laid, a foundation has been laid, and that there are some people here, both clerical and lay, who will take the momentum into the future.
Maybe now he'll find time to indulge in one of his favorite pastimes, reading his vast collection of books. Still armed with the vision of the diocese as a spiritually vibrant church, rooted in the apostolic faith and inspired by God to nurture communities and transform the nations we serve, Bishop Alfred Reid is one of our distinguished honorees tonight.
At college, when he taught that course, that history course, I would just sit in his class and just be at awe in terms of what he was saying.
You have much, much more to offer to us as young clergy, and the support that you have given during my short time in ministry. I look forward for more of that support, even as you go into retirement.
The fact that he is the Lord Bishop, and with all the pressures of being that individual, playing that role, he still finds time to laugh, to socialize. And when he greets you, boy, he gives you this big hug, this bear hug, all the time.
Bishop Reid has, in his early days, in a sense, been a little bit of a rebel and revolutionary in the introduction of some creative and new ideas and ventures. At St. Jude's, he certainly built one of the churches that would have been in the forefront of new architecture, church architecture, but he also introduced things like the Mentor Mass at a time when we were not as culturally conscious, and so that would have been important. And also his appreciation for history, that he, in a sense, is almost a lexicon of historical facts about the Diocese of Jamaica.
He's also a man who is deep in prayer. As priests, when we're ordained, we make the vow to say the daily office. And he is very committed, not only to just saying the office, but to praying the office.
The symbols within that church, you know, the crucifix done by Christopher Gonzalez, or the baptismal font by Jean Pearson. You would see someone there who is very serious in challenging local artists to participate in the Christian story. His work with the new CPWI hymnal, Bishop Reid insisted in the Caribbean composers that were included in that hymnal, including Peter Tosh and Bob Marley. I personally have enjoyed the relationship with him as my chief pastor and now as a colleague. There's so much to learn from him.